Hey guys, so I'm back with your favorite playlist, US Allies tier lists. So let's jump into part 4. So first up, we got the United Arab Emirates. So most Americans, unless you're like an Instagram influencer, or especially if you're an Instagram influencer, have woken up to what Dubai really is. Recently, China was secretly going to build a military base in the United Arab Emirates. The US found out about this, and after it basically said that it wouldn't give the country any more fighter pilots, so they stopped the construction, but still not the best look for the country. Also, a lot of United States news articles have also called out the United Arab Emirates for destabilizing the region of the Middle East, so yeah, not at the best relations right now. So I would have to put, they're not really in D tier yet, so I'm gonna place the United Arab Emirates in C tier in terms of their allyship. And then next up we have Malaysia. So for a while relations were pretty average between the two countries, but then President Obama was the first United States president to visit Malaysia since the 60s. And then Trump's administration officials hosted a series of meetings. So currently the relationship is probably at a solid B tier, but it could go up if the Trans-Pacific Partnership is pursued. But considering how we want to bring more jobs to the US, I don't really see that happening anytime soon. So I think Malaysia will probably stay a B tier ally to the United States. Alright. Next up, we have Egypt. Okay, talk about a rocky relationship. So even though Egypt supported the Soviet Union, the US still joined the Soviet Union in stopping the British and French invasion of the Suez Canal in really a changing of the guard moment that pretty much officially ended the reign of colonialism and Britain and France as superpowers. Then things would be pretty hostile with Egypt's feud with Israel, but later relations would be normalized following the peace accords initiated by Jimmy Carter. Then after the 2011 revolution, relations would be strained again as the new government was very hostile to American NGOs and aid groups. And then the relationship would officially break when in 2012 Obama stated that the new Egyptian government is not an ally of the US, but he also didn't consider it an enemy though too. But still, not the best look. So yeah, since then relations have sorta normalized, but not really. So I would probably put Egypt as a D tier ally to the US. Alright, next up we have South Africa. So the US had great hopes for South Africa, but now they've kind of been shattered. Trump also stated that they are among the least supportive allies when it comes to the US foreign policies in the United Nations, and now things have gotten even worse, with South Africa adopting a neutral stance on the Russian invasion of Ukraine. So I would probably put South Africa, they're not really in D tier yet, but they're definitely sliding down there, but I'll still put them in C tier for now. Alright, next up we have Singapore. So the economic relations are great, and also Singapore managed to host the US and the North Koreans, and it managed to do this without sacrificing their allyship to the United States. So I think that definitely puts Singapore as a B tier ally to the United States. Alright, next up we have the Philippines. So modern relations have soured under Duterte's regime with his violent war on drugs. Duterte has also tried to shift, not necessarily more towards China, but more play both powers off each other, the United States and China. Yet with China's increased aggression, I really doubt that this is going to work. And also the Filipino people are not very favorable of China and have a pretty favorable view of the United States. So, despite Duterte's regime, I'd probably put the Philippines as an A tier ally to the United States. Alright, next up we have Vietnam. So yeah, started off with probably the worst US relationship, and for good reason. Agent Orange, whole lot of war crimes. But then the two bipartisan war vets, John McCain and John Kerry, pressured President Bill Clinton to lift the embargo on Vietnam for trade relations. And the US has since mostly apologized for the war, so things went back to normal. But now with the rise of China, that relationship is definitely looking pretty strong now, as Vietnam is definitely seeking a closer alliance with the United States to counteract China. So I would probably put Vietnam, well, given their history, I won't put them in A tier. Also I gotta move a lot of these countries too. Malaysia is taking up too much space, so I'm just gonna put them there, and then Singapore down here, and then this will be Vietnam. Alright, yeah, Vietnam in B tier. Alright, then next up we have Denmark. Legos, yeah. So Denmark is really just another friendly Western European country. I'll put them in B tier. Nothing really too special going on there. Alright, and then Bangladesh. So relations have been pretty good historically. Both countries have also worked to try and stop the Rohingya genocide in Burma. However, the US still wishes that the country had a better track record on human rights and freedom of speech. But then again, Bangladesh has also been resistant towards China. Instead of letting them use their port, they let India use their port. So I would probably put Bangladesh as, I guess, another B tier ally. The B tier is definitely getting very crowded right now. And last but not least, we have Hong Kong. So sorry CCP, but this channel considers Hong Kong separate. So the relationship is great. Yet the United States can't really do much in terms of protecting Hong Kong's autonomy beyond supporting demonstrations. So I wouldn't really put their relationship as an S tier, but I'll definitely put it as an A tier. Alright, and that concludes part 4 of the US ally tier list. And again, for this tier list, we went by the next top economies. So if the country that you want to see me ranked wasn't in here, just know that eventually down the line it will be. And if you like that video, remember to subscribe and leave a like. And also leave a comment whether or not you disagree or agree with my rankings of these countries. So thanks, and remember to have a good day too, guys. See ya.